Hello, world. Welcome to Code or Not to Code. I'm Millie Eva. I'm really happy to be here today. Third day in a row, actually. As Christmas is getting closer, we really want to finish our AdventQRlendar, which will be an Advent calendar, a DIY Advent calendar that you can fill with funny or festive links, and they will be displayed as QR codes. So each day leading up to Christmas, you can open a door, see your QR code, scan it, and be led to a lovely Christmas song or, I don't know, a funny Christmas meme, something like that. I'm super new to coding, so I have no idea what I'm doing, which is why I brought help. Stefan is here to help us today. How are you doing? Are you ready to do this?
I'm doing fine. I'm ready, but I'm also learning quite a bit, especially about CSS. Yesterday we struggled a little bit about that. That's CSS is not our daily business, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not.
So let's have a look at where we are at.
Sure.
Let's fire up our Advent Calendar Blazor resume application. And what we achieved yesterday is, it looks so much better than the day before.
It's beautiful.
We included a background image from Unsplash, and we prepared the cutout guideline for the top page to be then glued on the bottom page. So if then cut out, it reveals the QR code underneath.
Exactly.
We did discover a bit of an issue that we have different lengths here. So that depends on if I draw a straight line here, it seems gonna do a somewhat straight line. No, this didn't reveal it at all. But here it does. So we have a bit of so it depends on the amount of characters. So we need to fix the size here and make it independent of the digits that we have in the box. And also we discovered a bit of an visual issue. Yeah, so we tried something with outline, and that was almost the solution. We found a solution. We'll come to that later. And while experimenting with it, entering a couple of QR codes in our QR code page and jumping back, we in the session, was it also last session where we implemented the shuffle button, or was it before that session?
Ooh,
that was
good question.
Before, right?
It all blurs together.
Yes. Ooh, blur. Blur is a segue into later, but so if we do shuffle, the QR codes
this
now.
This session will be a blur. No, but yes, no, you're correct.
So after shuffling, those QR codes disappear, and the issue here is that so we have two loops. We have a loop to render the boxes, the table datas for the front end doors that we are about to cut out, and also the back end doors that hold the QR codes that get rendered. Blazor has Blazor has a diffing engine behind and understands what if something changes, then to re-render those parts. However, if we create components within a loop, such as here, we have even two loops, and create here another component. Now in some cases we need to help that engine, and we can do that by using I zoomed in too much, haven't I? There it is. Using the add key in order to tell the engine which element is where. Oops.
That was
okay.
That was like Darth Vader-y.
Ooh. Well, does it mean I'm evil? Well, my voice. Okay. I'll have a sip of water right away.
With that voice, it's evil, Stefan.
getting ready for the Christmas season. Well, more like Krampus, right?
Yeah, yeah, true. Oh my God, you would be a great compass with that voice, definitely.
But um, so let's use the add key here and let's give the door, since in the QRlendar service that we're using, if code, let's jump to it. Yes, we have the getGrid method, which extracts the same door instance from our underlying collection here. So we have here our door array that will always remain the same. So we'll get the same instances. So we can actually refer to that very door instance. And this should now help the engine of understanding where the components are and allowing them to re-render. So let's give it a try. Oh, yes, there we go. Entering a couple of QR codes. And we see them here. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if we shuffle, they should be now, yeah, they are now at different positions. I'll shuffle a couple more times. They are different positions, and we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So
Great.
that fixes that.
Perfect. Okay.
So what's next on our agenda?
I think the other thing that we mentioned, well, we teased it sort of last time, is that we also wanted to change the font because
Ooh, yes.
obviously, I mean, it does look beautiful as it is, but I think, you know, it would be more beautiful if the numbers would have, just a different, a festive kind of, or a Christmassy font. Yeah. And that might also help with the visibility. We'll see. If not, we have a different solution as well.
So we had a look at Google Fonts. So we went into the Google Fonts, we searched for a festive font, and there is a font which is called Festive. So let's go for that. We also had a look on how do we include that. So we can include this add import statement in the CSS. So I'm gonna grab that and move this to our CSS. However, we can't, those import statements, we can't use on these isolated CSSs. Is that plural of CSS? CSS files, which are more or less a child or isolated to this component here. We need to add it to a dedicated CSS file. So we have in the www root the app CSS. And this is a CSS which applies to the entire application. So in here, we will add the this import statement and say we want to have the festive font. And I guess it's now, we just need to use it. So where do we want to apply that font? Do we want to apply it everywhere? Perhaps let's give it a try. What's happening if we apply it everywhere? Festive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. I mean, it looks super cute. And it's literally everywhere. You can see it in the menu as well, on the shuffle button. And yeah, and on the about as well. But I think, you know, like the about is, I think, really difficult to read. I almost didn't recognize it there. So...
Well, I guess the about will go, or we will bring back in a different form, which then should reveal, or will reveal the attribution. So we will attribute the font, we will attribute the background image and the tools, the QR coder library that we are using. But yeah, I guess for text it seems rather hard to read, right?
It does, yeah.
So do we only want to apply it exclusively for that one page, or only for the digits, for the numbers?
Yeah, I guess only for that one table even, right?
So let's now go. Okay, for that we can have a look at our page and now go actually to this. So our calendar page is this page, and we can go to this isolated CSS here, which only applies to that page, to that component. So we could add it to the table. So let's say, no, what was that? Font family, right?
Yeah.
Is festive.
Woo! Yeah, that looks much better.
Cool.
Okay, then I wonder you still can't really see. So like what is it? Is it 2? Yes, it
It's a
is,
2,
isn't
yeah.
it? It is. Yeah, so you can't really recognize that. And I think the last time you just looked at CSS outline and stuff, but I actually found something that works a lot better, or that is sort of, I guess, used in these cases, and that's is it? Oh, what's it called? 1 second.
Text
Shadow.
shadow.
Text
Yes,
shadow.
you,
That's what it
you,
is.
you sent me the link like earlier today. And I
Yeah.
had a look at it like an hour ago. And I
Just in
just
time.
learned about text just in time. Excellent. Just learned about text shadow. So how this works, if we got it correctly, is we can enter 2 values here, which is the horizontal and the vertical shadow. Optionally, we can add a color. And again, optionally, we can also add a blur. Oops. A blur effect, which would be the 3rd value. And then we can also stack these. So we can have multiple text shadows, which then, where the leftmost text shadow is overlapping the rightmost shadow. So we will have basically, we will have the main font, and behind that main font we have the first shadow, and behind that first shadow we have the second shadow. And let's give that a try.
Yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with my live share. I'm trying to get to the CSS page of the calendar.razor, which is
I
where
don't
you are
see you
at.
in that. Are you still in the session?
I don't think so. Probably not. Okay.
Because we did,
Yay.
just before we started, we did have a couple of issues with the live sharing. It seems that the infrastructure currently is not working flawlessly. Could you perhaps try, do you still have the link? I haven't restarted Visual Studio. Could you try joining again?
Yep, I'll try that. Let's see. Okay. No. Failed to join the collaboration session.
Let's give it one more try. I'll end this session, and we'll soon create a new one. Uh-oh. Which now crashed Visual Studio. That's interesting. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It didn't. But it exited the application. Okay.
Okay.
So I will send you the link.
Okie dokie.
We'll not share this publicly because we actually have a non-read-only session, which means Eva now can actually, change the code we see, and could also run command line arguments such as deleting all my drives and such. So be mindful about a non-read-only session, a live code session, live share session.
Okay, unfortunately that didn't work either.
Did not?
No, maybe let's just continue on with your end.
All right.
Sorry about that, guys. Now you're missing up on the best part, where I sort of like go through and copy paste and delete everything, and then everything looks terrible. That's my favorite part.
This is usually my approach as well.
Yep.
A friend of mine once told me he just writes a bunch of code and then hits Control Dot or Alt Enter depending on the IDE, so the auto fixes that the IDE provides until it works and looks good.
Nice, good approach. Okay, but
right, so we want to add a shadow. At which element do we want to add the shadow to?
Well,
if you have a
the
look
table.
Yes.
I guess it's on the table data, isn't it? It's literally in the table where we, that we sort of created last time.
So
but I guess
here, okay.
would it make sense to have a class that's? Oh no, we have a class that's called table data.
We
Perfect.
could add a class. We could have a class. Let's call that class. Do we have a box class here? Door. Let's call it
Yeah,
a door
that's a good
class.
shout.
And the mistake that I made previously is if it's a class, we need to prefix it with a dot. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Because no prefix means an HTML element. Dot prefix means a class, and I think a number prefix or hash, or how this symbol is called, is a ID prefix. And now we want to do a text shadow. So that's text-shadow. Let's try something more extreme. Let's try 10 pixels
Nice.
and see what will happen. Okay, so
Oh
that
wow,
very much duplicated.
that's pretty cool. And it's also in the same color. So I guess is the default color black?
Is the default color black. So if we change the color of the font to white, does it inherit the color? No, it actually
Yeah.
inherits the color. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Do we want to have the shadow? Yeah, we had the discussion before. We didn't. Really,
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
You did have a preference. What was it again?
Yeah.
White shadow or black shadow?
Black shadow, white numbers. I think
white.
is better.
So let's turn that into black. Okay. And we could also have a look at.
Write code today. I get to make the styling decisions.
And we could also have a look at blurring. Okay, that maybe.
That's really cool.
And
That's
if
really
we
cool.
get rid, what if we now get rid of the that's a little bit too little, right?
I think that looks really cool because you can see the 2 perfectly now, and you can also see the 11, which is more in the darker area.
Because what we actually experimented with before, we actually wanted to experience the feature. So we had like 2 pixel, 2 pixel, 2 pixel red, and -2 pixel, -2 pixel, -2 pixel blue, 2 pixel, -2 pixel, 2 pixel green, and the last combination -2 pixel. So we go in all directions, horizontally and vertically. 2 pixel, 2 pixel. What color? Yellow.
Nice.
And then it looks like.
Wow! Wow! That's really cool.
So we have it like in all directions.
This looks like the old sort of like Microsoft Word headlines, not headlines. What are they called? Like headings. Headings.
The word art.
Yeah.
Oh.
You remember that?
Yes. Not fondly though.
That looks super cool. Oh wow. Yeah, but it's not very Christmassy, is it?
So let's go back to our version. And is that sufficient? What if we reduce the blur a little bit? Now it's not really there anymore. So is 1 sufficient, or do we need like in more directions to have like we could try 1 pixel, 1 pixel, and -1 pixel. And then could also do again both directions to have a -1, 1, and a 1, -1. And now it looks like this.
Now it's super dark.
That's too okay. Is that just too much? Should we reduce we reduce the blur a little bit? Or was it fine before?
I quite liked it the way it was before. Well, this is also pretty cool. This is also cool.
So like this, or like that with what we had previously, with just a, but that's quite barely visible.
Yeah. Maybe let's have the more directions. Yeah, this is the best. I like it.
Okay. Cool. And I guess we can see the numbers. We can see, we can see the numbers here and also at the dark spots. So that seems all right. Cool. Okay. So we have the font. We have the shadow. Now we would like to take care of the difference here. I guess here we really see it. There's quite a difference in the, if I draw like two lines next to it. So this doesn't really align.
Yeah. Darth Vader's back. Um, yeah, I guess it has to do like with the, because last time I think we tackled margin and padding, and we sort of played around with that, and we kind of cheated our way into having those borders. Well, I cheated my way into doing it, I guess. And I think I wrote it directly into the HTML in the page.
Ah, that's right.
So I think, yeah, so we
this
have
one, right?
padding 5 here. I think that's messing it up a little bit now. Maybe we can also export that into the sort of the table data class. Sorry, the door class.
The door class, yeah. Okay. So let's have we learned last time. I now finally recall the margin is from the border to the next element, and the padding is between the border and the content of this element. Woo. Took me long.
It is confusing though.
I guess I just start with 10, 10, 10.
Yeah.
No, we had 5 actually, right? No, and that was a padding. That was a P5, so this should be padding. It should be padding 5 pixel, 5 pixel, 5 pixel, 5 pixel in order to restore what we had previously. But it's different. Okay.
I guess, yeah, because we're like right in the table data in the door currently. So I guess.
Okay. So should we try that a little bit more? Okay, way more.
Oh, okay. That's better. We still have.
We still have the difference here. What we experimented with is we had a look at the flex box.
Oh yeah.
I did have a brief look at what this is, but I'm afraid I still not 100% understand. I guess actually only 1% understand it, if even. But it seems to be helping us.
Yeah.
So let's apply that. And now we realize that we have no margins between the elements, right? So I'll bring up some margins. Again, I'll always start with 10 pixels.
Okay.
I guess they are now
the same
flush,
size.
if this is correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's increase the values slightly. Oops.
Maybe a little more on the left and right hand side. Do you know what I mean? So they get
yes. So on the left and on the right.
Squarer.
That means, I think so. This is top, right, bottom, left. Okay. So let's increase the left and the right.
Yeah, that looks good. Okay.
Cool.
But now the numbers aren't in the middle.
Okay.
Does that have to do with the padding?
Yes, I guess so. Because that's the padding, right? So we have to move it to the right, or have less padding from the right. So reduce this one a little bit. This did nothing.
Fabulous.
Oh
no. Try adding padding to the left, maybe?
Add padding to the left, yes. Yeah. All right. Okay. So we have, Okay, how
That
about
looks pretty
that?
good. I like it. Sold
Sold. All right.
or bought.
Are they? And those are now in line, right? And they are same. Yeah, that looks good now.
It looks good, yeah.
What we also did yesterday is to try to overlap these elements. So I'll remove the PP here, and the. I didn't mean to say that. That failed. Okay. Okay.
Oh wow. This is what happens when you do 3 sessions in a row. I become like a child.
Well, I guess I'm always like a child, so we now.
We're now on
Closer.
the same level.
Yeah.
I love it.
on the same page. Nay, Blazor page. Okay. So we wanted to make this table. We positioned them absolute, and I totally can't think of what it was. Position absolute, right?
Yeah.
And let's save that in order to overlap these, I hope. Yes. Okay, cool. Let's add a couple of QR codes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I think I just rejoined the session potentially.
Ooh, yes you did. Can you
Woo!
go to the QRlendar Razor CSS? Ooh, cool. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be nicely overlapping yet.
Hello. I'm back. Oh no.
Image orientation.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna stop now.
I guess we need to fiddle with the margins a little bit, right?
Yeah. Looks like it.
Do you want to go ahead?
Sure. Sure. Where we have okay, what is margin? We need more margin on the left-hand side, and you said top, right, bottom, left. So I increase this, I guess.
Oops.
What did you break?
I didn't crash my computer, but I almost crashed my glass.
Nice. Did you saved
yeah,
as well?
yeah, I need to save in order to apply the changes. Yeah.
But it didn't do anything, did it?
Nothing really has changed.
Okay.
Nothing changed, but it's now even more going overboard.
Okay, so I guess because we do want to just move the QR codes, we don't really want to move the doors, do we? Do we?
I think we actually wanted to move the doors a little bit. They weren't in the grid of the. Ooh, hold on. Is the grid actually? Oops. Is the grid actually in? Is this and this the same length? How can we find that out? There's actually a tool for that. I guess there is a more elegant way of figuring that out, but there is a tool for that. Let me quickly bring this up.
Yeah, I have a tool for that.
Are you measuring the screen? Yeah. There's actually in the Windows Power Toys, you can have a ruler. So that's Windows Shift M. So if I hit Windows Shift M, okay, it comes up on my other screen. But if I try to, okay, so this is like 137 pixels, and the next one is 166. So they are not the same. They are not the same. Ooh, okay. So the difference is if there is a QR code in it, then it becomes larger than if there isn't.
Yeah.
So I guess we need to fix the size of the
doors. So maybe can we do the door, because we have the grid or like the image, I guess, and the table we did it in like centimeters. Would it make sense to have the doors in centimeters as well?
So thinking about setting width and height, right? Width
Yeah.
and height. Just go ahead with 3 centimeters and height 3 centimeters. This. Okay. So this centered now this really nicely centered now the cutouts. So this seems super, but we still have the line difference here. I guess we need to do that because that's the grid of the of the second table. So we need to go to our QR code box.razor, and we have here a box, and this box, I guess, also needs a little bit of. We do give it a fixed width and height, so I'm surprised that it has different sizes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but perhaps let's also set a. Perhaps let's also go with the same here. Let's say 3 centimeters. Not sure if this does what we want.
I mean, it looks pretty cool.
Looks better, right? So let's zoom in and bring up, what was it? Windows Shift M, right? Oh no, those tools don't combine well. All right, so here's the ruler. Can actually, no. Ooh, okay. Ooh, the tool is really cool. So we have here a width of 146, 158. Okay, they're still not exactly the same. So if there is a QR code, no. Okay, if there is a QR code in any of the row of the columns, then we have 158. But if there isn't any, then we have 146. I am a little bit unsure of how to fix that. I don't know. I just try to use the flex box here as well. What was that?
Yeah.
I forgot the property again. That's display flags.
Yeah.
No. No. I guess there is so much more. I'm really not sure about what these. There is a grid, but I don't know if this does what we want or what I think it does. Okay, I guess I need to read up on that more.
Yeah.
But perhaps this is more for a fine-tuning session later. Well, there is only one more later, right? I can't postpone that much anymore.
There is. Oh my god. Yeah.
But so for now, in order to
we come back tomorrow.
assume
I'm just gonna do.
Perhaps to assume it's working, I just add a QR code everywhere, and now we should have that should be all right. So we have 155 everywhere, yes. And yeah, let's tinker with that later-ish. So are we happy here with the cutout? It actually matches quite nicely. But I guess we want to have the cutout around. We could. Should we increase the size here a little bit? Or are we fine with the size of the QR code?
We can increase it a little bit, I guess.
So if we jump to the door, I guess we need to tinker with the margins, right?
Yes.
Or do we tinker with the size? I'm just trying out something now. Okay.
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
I guess that's perfect.
Can we go a little bit more? Or is it then, or do we then have too little space between the...
Well, that's enough space. That works. More.
Let's try 4.
No. 3.9 is the best.
Oh, here we have it. Yeah. Oops. Although we do... No.
But is it... Maybe you just have to stop and start the application again, because it is...
Ooh, perhaps. We did have a similar issue before in our testing, right?
Yep.
So let's enter some QR codes. I'll just enter a couple. And let's see this. No, it's still the
Okay.
same issue. Perhaps we are. I'll just reduce the size until it's cool. Perhaps also the issue that we're doing here is that we're using absolute layouts. Perhaps we should, in a future version, then tinker with relative layouts. Maybe this fixes some issues. But how does this look? I think it's not perfect, but we've here a little bit more space than there. So we could decrease it just a little bit more.
That looks good.
And that should be quite all right. So we have here 25 and over here 26. Okay.
Okay.
And here 23 and here 24. Okay, so they're all a bit different. But I guess plus minus 2 pixels shouldn't be all too noticeable, right?
No. But it's going to be a topic for our refactoring sessions.
Ooh, yeah. So are we happy with that? Do we want to? I have the feeling perhaps if we increase the size of the font a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
But now it's not really centered anymore, isn't it? Because we actually see that the 18 from the behind part, if there is no QR code, it isn't really in line. So okay, what do we now need to do? We need to add or remove a little bit of padding.
Padding, yeah. On the top, I guess.
The top padding. I will reduce the top padding ever so slightly. Ooh, okay.
Was that a little?
Yeah.
No, I think it looks fine, actually.
Too much. I'll do 35.
Oh, that looks better. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. And we could, in our refactoring, now we have a little bit more space. We could have, and I guess we will have a little bit, the QR codes will be a little bit larger.
Yeah.
Especially if we enter longer actual URLs. Let's enter something more real. Oops. And let's have a look now. Ooh.
Well, they actually fit perfectly. That's pretty cool.
Okay, it's coming together. I love it. I'm quite happy with that.
Me too.
It could actually work.
Yes.
How could we test this to confirm that it's actually working?
The QR codes, you mean?
Yes, and the both pages and putting them on top of each other and cutting it out. How could we test it?
We could literally just print it to PDF, and I could print it out and I could try it
live. Ooh, I guess so. What we could do is like Control-Shift-P and then do Microsoft Print to PDF, and then do here a print file, copy that directory, save that, and now.
Well, but now you've printed sort of.
Open it. Oops. And ooh, yes. Well, okay, I still have the view, but so let's bring back let's get rid of the absolute format. And let's bring where was it?
Paragraph.
It was here, right?
Yep.
The paragraph back. Yeah, that's more scientific. And try to print that again. And overwrite that file. Yes, please. And we have here our... that's not...
We've lost our background image.
Yes, we did.
How come? But other than that, it actually looks fine. We just need to obviously make sure that the shuffle button and the heading is not printed, and I think then it should even like fit on the page.
How could we get rid of the shuffle button and the heading?
I guess we would have to sort of have a different print view than our normal view. And I think originally we also said we'd just create a print button where you switch into that view once you press that button.
Yes, we did. So we wanted to invoke this JavaScript print window.print when we hit the print button. That's right. Let's do that. Do you want to add the new button?
I do want to add the new button since my last button was such a great success. Okay, so where this is my first button, and I literally I took this from Bootstrap library where I take all my styling stuff from. So I'm just gonna copy one of them in there as well. We're not gonna call it secondary. We want to call it print, right? And then we have this class secondary. We wanted to have. Do we need this still? No, we don't need the type, I guess. Do we? Probably not.
I don't think
because
so.
that's a Bootstrap type. So I think this should do the trick.
Do we want to apply the same styling so that it looks the same?
Yes. Oh, this, you mean also the not secondary but info? I think we used.
Yeah, and we also put some margin, didn't we? No. What
yes,
was MB,
I didn't see.
MB-3 again. That's margin bottom
3, correct. So it doesn't stick to the bottom. But then I want my secondary back because I thought that was pretty.
Ah.
Well, secondary, I think, was it? Is that how you spell it? Oh,
okay. So we have shuffle and print.
I like it because it fits with the gray from the top of the calendar, but does it look a bit too boring to you? Be honest.
When it comes to styling, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
Function. I like it functioning well, and I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine with it.
Okay, fabulous. Then it will stay secondary.
And now we need a little callback on that so that we can then end up in the backend now invoking the JavaScript.
So I guess we also need this on click with the at. Is that right? On click and then invoke, I guess. Oh, and I'm also gonna not have the spaces here. I just always put spaces.
On print, perhaps.
On print, well named.
I like to call callback functions. I like to suffix them with on, in order to indicate in the code that this is some callback which is happening based on another event. Okay, edits were made that cannot be compiled. I need to restart the application because we added the on-click event. I guess this wasn't. This is not hot reloadable, and we also need to add the method. Otherwise, it doesn't compile. So let's jump to the code behind, and I'll enter a private void onPrint method, which currently does absolutely nothing, and fire up the application again. There it is. Let's enter a couple of QR codes and shuffle and print.
Yay!
You like the gray more?
Yeah.
Cool.
Now that I see the background picture with the whole thing, because originally I thought the light blue would be nicely with the menu on the left hand side, but now I prefer the gray actually.
Cool. And now it's time to implement the functionality. So we need the JavaScript. So I'll again have a look. So we did this 2 times already. Now it's time for the hat trick. Use the collocated JavaScript. I previously called it co-located, so it's not, it's wrong. It's collocated JavaScript, where we give the name of the JavaScript file the same name as the component. So we will jump to that. We are at the component where we now create a new JavaScript file with the same name of that component. We say, where is new? There is new. New loading templates. JavaScript file. And we call that QRlendar.razor.js. Then we see the IDE also nests this. No, I'm a wrong folder. It needs to be. Can I move it in here? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. So it also gets visually within that tree kind of thing. And now we need to export a JavaScript function. So I'll grab that, put it in here. And this will be a void function. Oh, is it function void? No, there is no void at all. We call this print. It has no parameters. And it invokes what we found here, window.print. So this should be it. And now we need to call into it. So again, we have a look at the documentation where we now need an on after render async in order to grab that component. So we will create a override on after render async and on the first render, because we only need to do this once. Grab that. So we also need the JavaScript module. We need to inject the JS. I always forget the type. JavaScript. No. iJava IJS runtime. I always forget what's which type here to inject. I'll go have a look at one of our components where we use this as well. It's the IJS runtime. Okay, and via that IJS runtime, we invoke the IJS object reference, where we import from pages / name of the component or name of the JavaScript, and we need the module as a field. Also, since we have an await, we need to turn this method into an async method. And now we should be able to use it. So we should now be able to say module.invoke void async. So since this is async, let's return a task here. And this gets an identifier and some optional parameters. So we just now invoke the print method that we have declared in the JavaScript here. And this may work. Oh, that's a value task. Okay, value task. And let's give that a try. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Attribute add key. It's on the QR code box.
That's strange.
There is no add key. Also no, QRlendar, my bad. So this one isn't all too happy, but I don't understand. How did this work before? Attribute
Yeah.
on take helper requires a value. Oh, do we need to say add. No, I don't think we need to say add door here. Ooh, is it without the quote? Is it without the quotes? No. Let's have a brief look at the documentation. So it's add key under quotes, name of the field. That add key under quotes of the field should work, but it doesn't.
What is this little red squiggle after the?
Maybe that's actually highlighting the error.
Okay.
But requires a value. But I thought I did. Tag helper bound attributes of system cannot be empty or contain only white spaces. Is this? Let me try to build a solution via the CLI and see if it's an .NET build. If it is perhaps it's some caching issue. No, it's not. Ooh, we actually have the issue. We have a different issue. In the AdventQRlendar. In AdventQRlendar Razor. Did we do the... No, this also looks all right. Maybe the callback function can't return a value task. It has to be a task, and then we can't return it, but need to await it. So we turn this into async, perhaps. Okay, now it builds. Okay, the actual issue is we can't return a value task. So a value task is similar to a task, so it also works within. We can use it to for async methods. The implementation is quite different, but on a top level, it's from a state machine. From an async level, it's comparable. But our callbacks can only be task returning. So since this is not task returning, I'll actually want to suffix this with async. And let's also go ahead and do this in the Razor on print async. And now let's build it and give it a try. If we hit print, ooh.
Woo! Okay, so now we still need to kind of style it because we have a lot of stuff that we don't want there, right? And we still don't have a background image which we want there, which is strange.
Yes. So how do we do that?
Good question.
We did have a look at this before. We only tried it out briefly, so I guess we need some more finger crossing. Where's my... I think I lost my... No, there it is. We're going to look at the CSS media queries.
Oh, yes.
And there is one media query which is called print. So what we could do is to apply a media print to create a media print class, and we apply it, and we then say like hidden or something. So we basically ignore all elements that we mark from print. Not sure if there is a positive way, because it's like an additive way where we say, okay, only print these two components. But let's try this subtractive approach and see if that's working. So I'll copy that as a bit of a starting point. Okay, where do we need to add this? We need to add this on the QRlendar Razor. So I'll go ahead and go to the JavaScript. No, not JavaScript, to the I can get rid of the body here. A CSS. Let's add a print media here. And let's create ourselves we could actually do it like this. So we could we hide like all buttons if we say button, visibility,
Ability.
hidden.
Okay, let's see.
So we perhaps don't need classes that we tag everything, but we just exclude everything which is not table. If we jump here, the buttons are here, but if we go to print, woohoo, the buttons are gone.
Woo! Perfect. Okay, cool.
And we need now to apply this for much more.
Yeah.
So let's
headings or
it's all the headings. Can we like combine? How I think in CSS with comma, can I like combine to say? Not sure if this works. I have some déjà vu to apply it like to each and every heading. Visibility hidden. Does this apply if I hit print?
nice.
Ooh, it's gone.
But we've got right at the top, above the. Oh, that's part of the menu, isn't it?
Ooh.
Not.
Can we get rid of this? If we go to
Yeah.
what, that's like a header and footer. That's okay. That's not a Blazor thing, or that didn't came from our page. It came from the print dialog here of Edge. I think this is a browser specific thing, or is this a Windows specific thing? I'm not sure.
And how do we get rid of the menu as well? Like not the menu, or the
So we need to apply this
navigation
to here
thingy.
as well. Okay, so we
I guess I'm hungry. I call it the menu.
great. Now I'm hungry too. So I think we can't do this isolated for only the Razor CS, but need to do it for the entire site. So I will move this media print to the app as well, and start ignoring stuff there, and also fix the format here. Yes. No, actually, I think that's intended because it's a child of that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about CSS formatting. So what else do we have? Let's jump from the top. We have so it starts at the app, and the app loads the main layout. So we jump to the main layout, and the main layout has a class called page. But if
sidebar.
if we hide the sidebar. Yes, let's get rid of the sidebar.
Yeah.
So if we say, so that's a class. If we say dot sidebar, visibility, and go to the site, hit print, and it's still there.
And the buttons and everything else is there as well. So I
Ooh,
guess.
no, that's weird. Ooh, that did not work at all because
Why though?
we moved it to the app. Does this only work on like top level? There is something to apply it to nested elements as well. I think is this now searching for top level buttons, or is this any button? I'm not sure about the hierarchy in CSS. Or is it because it's an app, perhaps you need to reload because it's for the entire application? I'm not sure. I'll give it a try to start again. I think my print. Okay. I guess we moved it to the app CSS, and maybe the app CSS is not subject to be hot reloaded.
But why is there a blank space?
Okay, we do hide the elements, but
they're still
they are
there.
all. Hold on. Oh, I have a déjà vu. Do we need to collapse it? There is a difference between. There's two different ways of removing something. CSS visibility. Boy, it all comes back slowly.
Oh yeah.
So there's visible, there's hidden, there is initial, there is collapse, which is only for table rows, columns. This really removes a row column, but it does not affect. Oh, it does not. No, there it is, hidden. The element is hidden, but it still takes up space. If collapse is used, other elements, the renderers are hidden. Okay, I'll just try collapse. I'm not sure if this would hot reload or not. Perhaps I just hit F5, maybe this to load the page again, maybe, and don't not restart the application. Maybe this suffices. Okay, it's better. We still have
Okay.
some spacing, but it's better. Okay, I guess this is not tough to find out what's going on there. And down here, but at least it's 2 pages, so it looks we're almost there again. Okay, and the background
Does it
image.
have like, yeah? Does it have like paragraphs or something up there that are still not hidden?
Most likely there is more. Yeah. No, I'm wondering, can we get like a print? Is there a way to get a print preview in the Edge developer dev tools print preview? I'm not sure. Like if we can show how the print would look like. Ooh, okay. So there is a rendering and we could emulate printing. Let's see if we find this. So is there? No, there is no rendering. Maybe layout? Properties? No. Is it up here? Some way to emulate CSS overview? No. Plus? Ooh. Rendering.
Yay!
No emulation. Emulate print. Okay.
The about maybe.
Okay. So what's that? Can we now find out what that is? So if we jump to the elements and have a look at, this is some div. Should we get rid of divs? Or is
Yes.
this too aggressive?
No.
No. Let's try. So let's copy that and say also the divs. Let's reload the page. And print. And
yay!
Okay, so
oh,
it seems,
because the
it seems that
table's
we're
on
using,
divs.
It seems we're using divs somewhere, yeah. Also need to be more specific about the. Oops, let me reload the page and go to the dev tools. I'm still emulating the rendering for print. No, print. Okay. Elements. Oh, if I close the dev tools, then it switches back. Okay, I cannot close them. Print. So where is... Okay, we do have some padding going on here.
Yeah.
Perhaps we need to get rid of that. And we have here the div. But where does this live? This lives in main. But everything is main. If we say only the main div. But it's main. Or can we say like a div, which is... But we do have the... No, that's the... In the page. Is this possible to have like... There is something with CSS selection. If we could select the page and hide all direct div childs within the page. Maybe this works. Or we... What? Oh no, I hit F12 again. Or does this have a class name that we could filter? Well, it has top row. Perhaps let's try to filter the top row.
Yeah. That's good.
Top row. And hit F5. And do good print. Ooh. Oh, so, is it still there? Actually, I don't know.
I think it's still there.
Still there. Rendering, emulate to print, go to elements. Oh, that's thing. Oh, I can hit F12, sorry. Elements. There we go. So this thing is still there. top row. Oh, I didn't add a dot, did I? Yes. That's a class. Not an element. And then I guess we still have to figure out.
I just
Okay, so the thing is gone.
found
Yes?
it's gone. Oh, perfect.
Yes, but we still have quite some margins over here.
Yeah.
So we have some article content, main content that we would need to
Exactly.
reduce in size.
There's I just sent you like a Stack Overflow question answer thing where they sort of define like a div to print basically, or area to print, and then just open that and then just put the outer HTML into the div to print, like just have the outer HTML into the print function.
And how is this? When do we invoke this? You can use.
Is this not what we were? Or does that not
So we
work?
get
Am I
the area
completely
to
off?
print and create a new window. Does not open a new window. Okay, so this is how basically we are doing it, I think. Media print, and there's also only. I don't know what the only means. And then display none. Could also try to display none.
Yeah, yeah, maybe like footer, header,
But I'm not sure
sidebar.
I quite understand that. So we have a function,
Yeah.
print div, where we grab via the DOM the element we want to print, open a new window, and write that to that new document in that new window, and then print that document, and then close again the window. So I'm not sure if we get a preview, a nice preview there. Perhaps I give this a try off stream, but what we could do, I guess, it does sound promising though, because I guess it's exactly what we want. We want to explicitly declare what we want to print and not exclude everything that we don't want to print. So let's try what was that, display none as well. I'm just adding all of it. Or we could also ignore everything in the media style and then include again only those that we want. This could work. But I'll give that a try first. Reload the page. Print. Okay. It's better.
Mean, it's better. There's still
better.
It's funny because like the top page has like a little thingy, like right at the top and right at the bottom. So if you scroll down to right the bottom, that's, I guess, quite a similar distance.
Okay. So I guess we need some padding here and less padding there. Is that right?
Yeah.
So we want to. So perhaps let's give. We could. How do we like hide everything? What's the root? Is that's HTML or something? If we say HTML, hide everything, and then for only those elements that we want, I'll comment it out. Maybe we need that later. We include only the things we want. So we could go to our calendar, and we want those tables.
Yeah.
So we have the table image and the table QR code. So we say dot table image and dot table QR code and set these to visible and I don't know what's the opposite of display.
All.
Ooh, that's the block. Ooh. Initial. Yes, that sounds promising. And let's give that a try. Oops, I had to reload. So we go, let's enter a couple. Let's go here, let's hit print. Now we don't see anything. Okay. Well, I guess the CSS selection isn't. I guess I make error. I guess I made an error with this selection here. Or is it the display which messes things up?
Potentially.
Let's reload the page and hit print. Ah, okay. And okay, but I guess the collapse is we kind of still need display none. But what's the opposite of? What's the default of?
I mean, the opposite of none is all, but I'm not sure if there's an all. Probably not, right? I didn't see one.
So all no. But what's the default? CSS display property. What's the default?
Nobody knows.
Maybe does this mean it depends on the browser or depends on the element?
Yeah. Probably is the browser support. Oh.
I'll just try something.
Yeah.
But this could be another angle that we experiment a little bit with. Yeah, now it's everything is gone. But if we would stick with that for now, could be good enough. Guess we need some margins now, or adapt some margins. If we remove some padding. So if we try to kill the padding here or the margin and add a little bit here, I hope this works. If we go ahead and use those two and say bloop, bloop. So that's the table image. We want to padding 0, margin 0, and here we want to add some. I do a margin first. Margin of top 3 centimeter. 0, 0, 0.
Can you put it in centimeters just like that?
I hope so. Did we do that before?
I only remember doing centimeters with like width and height. But it
okay.
did
Well,
do something.
Did it?
I think so. Can you go to the top?
No,
Oh.
I don't think so.
But it's no longer on the table image table is no longer on 2 pages. It fits on the first page.
Yeah, but I switched back to the original.
Okay.
I switched back to this version. But maybe we're doing this as CSS selection here wrong. But it does say class table. Here's a class. But maybe they are more specific, so they will override.
So we can put the border into the table into something else, right? No, we can't.
If we or we move these into the isolated CSS. Maybe then that's closer. And if we get that here, I think it's a little bit better. No, not sure. Sorry. What was that you suggested? To move the
to move the borders, but I guess
to move these borders. Okay, so that's border and border 0. What does this actually mean? So we
it's
get
also
rid of
like
the border.
this subtractive border. So we have border for all 4, and then we remove the one on the left-hand side. So we've got 3 borders.
So we need to do it now in the table image here. But how can we do that here? How can we define it here now?
Doesn't it have to be on the? Doesn't it have to be in the box, or like not the box, the door?
Did I do it wrong? So we had it on the.
Oh no!
We had it on the
we had it on
table
the
image before.
Yes, we did. Sorry.
But if we have a look at it now, this will be
cool.
Why does this still work? It shouldn't. Because we kind of removed the CSS classes here. Do we need to restart the application perhaps? Because this shouldn't be all the borders now should be. We should have the original borders, like a full border now, or no border at all.
Yeah.
If I understand correctly. Oh no, interesting. Okay, did we?
But I think
introduce the
because we can you go back to the HTML thingy?
Oops,
Yeah,
there it is.
Because you do also have it in the span as well.
There it is. Okay. So this was unnecessary. Okay. And now how do we? So if we go to the table image, and so the table image is the top one. If we try to get rid of the margin here, 0. Oh no, only for printing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is already. So does this work now? Not really.
Mm-mm.
Oh yes, they really need to be. Now I understand. Yeah, they need to be really on top of each other. Also, they need to be aligned. Otherwise, they need to have the same distances because otherwise we couldn't print them. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would be like really difficult to sort of find your QR code underneath each door. More of an Easter egg hunt than an advent calendar.
This will be the Easter calendar.
We might even be able to finish it until April. So.
we may be, yes. Should we try to tinker with this right away, or do we think about this a little bit in off stream and then get back to that on Friday? Saturday.
That sounds like a good shout. I think we need to do some research. Obviously, as always, if you have any suggestions or any comments or any solutions for our problems, please do let us know. We always really appreciate your feedback and your interaction and everything. So that's always really great.
But I guess we're almost there. So do we have 2 issues? I think we have 2 issues left, right? That's a couple of QR codes and print. So the QR codes are there. We have 2 issues left. We need the background image.
Yes.
And we need to align both pages.
Yes.
And I guess then, okay, and the we do still have a couple of warnings in our about code warnings about nullability. Fix these, and then deploy it,
Woo!
and then actually give it a try. So we have a handful of tasks left for this project.
Yeah. No, I can't wait. It's really coming together, and I'm really, really happy about, all the things we solved this time, and it's really coming together, and I'm really, really proud. So yeah, thank you again, Stefan, for doing this with me. Thank you to everybody who's watching. And yeah, I guess we'll see you next time.
When will that be?
Oh, good shout. I guess it's Saturday.
Saturday at 10 o'clock UTC, right?
Correct.
Cool. Then, likewise, also thank you very much, Eva, for doing this with me. This is fun, and I can't wait to print this out and then being a bit gluing my fingers together while trying to assemble. Okay, then see you again on Saturday, and I hope I see also you again on Saturday, and we'll be back.